In Ask the Bible Season 2, our guests, be it Malaysian students or staff from IVS East Asia, are still given one passage on the spot. Then they are given 10 minutes to read and write down their questions and their comments or thoughts on that passage. At the end of 10 minutes, they're given only 5 minutes to share with us what they have written. We hope that as in Season 1, this series will continue to encourage you to pause and ask questions when you read the Bible. Hi, welcome. Today we have Keely Ong with us. Keely, what is your favorite book in the Bible and why?
Okay, I think for me it's between both Psalms and Philippians. Basically, we can see like David, even though he struggles through everything, he goes through a lot of adversaries, but still he remains so faithful to God, and like he makes it very honest that you can tell through Psalms. Eventually, at the end of the day, it's still hopeful at the end. So yeah, that's one of the reasons as well.
Okay. I never liked Psalms until later in my life. Because I find that it's full of emotions which I cannot connect with. The passage given to you is Luke chapter 4, verses 14 to 36.
At the very start, when Jesus shared, he also predicted that that everyone will be expecting something marvelous to be happening from him. But then when it didn't happen, they immediately became sort of like angry. Okay. And yeah, they still felt like they deserved it and they wanted to see it happen. It's very interesting to think about like the way that they responded, you know.
Okay, this is the first part where it's verse 14 to 30. Jesus at the synagogue, right?
Yep. Yeah. The manner in which Jesus dealt with the demon, like he was, you could tell that he wasn't afraid at all, of course, and that he showed like complete power and authority over him, and like it wasn't a moment of any like doubt. Yeah.
He was in complete control. Okay.
Yes, he was in complete control. So that showed as well how God's power really shines through and how miraculous it truly is. So like between these two passages, what I really see is how God's power works throughout like different situations. There are times where it definitely shines through in a more obvious way with like, let's say the second passage. When the first passage, something that I realized is like maybe a smaller way that it was shown is that even though they were angry and he was almost going to be thrown off the cliff and stuff like that, he still like, you know, came out of it miraculously and confidently, you know. So
untouched.
Yes, he's untouched, basically. That's a good way to summarize it. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I think that's basically what I can see from these two passages.
Okay. I thought it was interesting what you said in the earlier passage. The first one, there was so much expectation. Jesus returned to Galilee in the power of the Spirit. I thought even the first verse itself set it up for a whole new like what to expect, and it was like it ended in such a contrasting way. And I thought the other one was, why do you have to make people angry? I mean, it was such you're on a roll, right? And he answered as if to provoke people. And he just came back at the beginning, and why did he have to do that? That came to my mind. And the other one, I always, when I read this passage, I always thought, evil spirits, do they know who belongs to God? Humans, we can't see, right? But evil spirits, would they recognize actually who is under the authority of God, who is not? I mean, we can bluff people, but with spirits, actually, you can't, because they can see something else. As you think about it, as you shared just now, and as we end this, what's your title for what you've just read?
I would say God's miraculous powers.
Okay, thank you.
His miraculous ways, yes.
Ask questions when you read the Bible. So let's engage scripture today.